Back when we first started thinking about what BeoLab 90 could be, the first thing we did was went out and listened to a lot of speakers, both Bang Olufsen and other people's speakers, professional, consumer, you name it. We paid very careful attention to what qualities we wanted. So for one loudspeaker, it had very good mid-range, another had very good bass, another had very good imaging, and so on. The goal then with BeoLab 90 was to be able to provide everything in one package to the end customer. The original idea was basically that we wanted to build a loudspeaker that could compete with the best audiophile loudspeakers in the world. The problem with that idea is that most audiophile loudspeakers are designed for a person, we often say, with one chair and no friends. It's a perfect loudspeaker, but you have to sit in that sweet spot to hear how it's behaving. That's not really a good loudspeaker for Bang & Olufsen because a lot of our customers use loudspeakers in a more social setting. They listen to the loudspeakers with friends, or they're in a different room, or they move around. So the question was, how could we do two things in one? How could we make a loudspeaker that could compete with audiophile loudspeakers that were for one person, but at the same time, with a flick of a switch, be a different loudspeaker that could be used for somebody sitting with their family or with their friends or having a party or watching a movie, and fulfill both of those roles within the same speaker. BeoLab 90 has both room compensation and beam width control, and the idea there is that they work together to make the room disappear. The second advantage that you have is that you can have different presets. So you can have different room compensations for different positions in the room, one for the sofa, one for the dining table, one for the whole room in a party case, and different beam widths, whether you're home alone or with people on the sofa. And so you can customize how the loudspeaker is behaving using those two features so that they're optimized for whatever kind of listening you're doing. There's no other loudspeaker in the world designed for consumer use that allows the customer to do that in real time. There are very large scale systems for football stadiums and things that do it, but BeoLab 90 is the only loudspeaker in the world that lets you do this in your living room. Our real goal when we make any loudspeaker is to let you sit and hear what's on the recording. We shouldn't get in the way. The loudspeaker shouldn't add anything. It shouldn't take anything away from what the artist wanted you to hear. Honestly, I think the BeoLab 90 delivers that experience more than any other loudspeaker we've ever made. One of the really interesting things about working on BeoLab 90 for all of us on the team was the fact that it has so many components. There are 7 tweeters, 7 mid-ranges, 4 woofers, so 18 loudspeaker drivers. Each one has its own amplifier, so that's 18 amplifiers, 18 digital to analog converters, 2 digital signal processors. There's even a web server built into it so you can control it from a smartphone. That needed to be done to get the speaker to do what it does, but at the same time, each of those components in the whole chain had to be carefully selected to make sure that it kept the quality at the highest possible level. We couldn't do all of this with all of those components and then put one piece in the puzzle that would bring down the entire system because it was the weakest link. To make sure that all of those components come together to make one ecosystem that works at the quality level that we're talking about has really been it's actually been quite a ride. The way it's able to deliver the details in a recording, the effortlessness of the transients, the representation of space, both the phantom imaging and the depth, the spaciousness, the low frequency control of the room. It's really been a joy to work with, and it's without question our best loudspeaker ever.